So the three areas I'm going to touch on then are marketing, lean and business. So marketing is all about your customer. People think it's about communications. It's actually not. It's about understanding and focusing on your customer and staying close to your customer. So your customer is your only profit center. Your customer is the only way you can define success. And you will only know if you're succeeding if you're sending out invoices, which Andrew and I were talking about, is how quickly you're getting an invoice out. And if you don't have an invoice going out, you don't have a customer. And if you don't have a customer, technically, you really don't have a business. And so how quickly can you get your invoices out? And really, that's the most nerve-wracking thing. Really nerve-wracking to say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask somebody to pay for this now. The second area, which I think is a cracking line, it's that life is way too short to invest your precious time developing something absolutely nobody wants. And that's the famous mousetrap factory that they're making mousetraps, and the whole thing has moved on and they're shipping hundreds of thousands of mousetraps that nobody actually wants. And so it's better to understand that sooner rather than later, that this is just not going to cut it. And there's corporates that have to do this all the time. I worked with Goodfellas Pizzas for years, and the Goodfellas Pizzas were flying, but there were 10 other products in the background that nobody wanted. And we just had to face up to it, check it out in the market, no thanks, back you go to the drawing board. And that's the reality of business. So the more that you're thinking about producing things and trying new things, actually that's the better way to be working. And lastly, can your idea add value to any business, or can your idea become a business? Because it has to become a business, because we're back to the dollar signs. And let's face it, I think at the end of the day, once we take off our developer hat, every so often we decide actually a few dollar signs wouldn't be a bad thing, and a bank account that has money going into it would be absolutely brilliant. So just telling you, marketing is obviously about understanding the problems, the values and desires of a customer group, and then it's about coming up with products and services to solve those. And probably the toughest thing for your business, if anything, or your businesses, is knowing that you're actually doing that better than the competition. Because people are jumping into this new economy at a rate of knots, like lemmings. But you actually don't, you know, sometimes I've ended up sitting down with a company and they say, this is our new product, it's absolutely amazing. And I said, yeah, it is amazing. And then I go straight on to Google and there's 6 other of them come up the list. And I'm going, when I'm listening to this person, I'm hearing absolutely amazing. I'm delighted. But actually, when I Google it, there's 6 other companies that I could choose from. Okay, lean is the next thing. I'll be moving through this fairly sharpish, but this is back to the minimum viable product I was talking about. It's about fast-tracking your business. It's about acceleration to your business to ensure that you succeed as fast as you possibly can. It's back to this runway thing. It's that they talk about, don't run out of runway. And I suppose we're trying to make sure as mentors that that doesn't happen, that we ask the difficult questions sooner rather than later. So it's about fast-tracking decisions, and the best way to do that is to have metrics on everything you're doing. And as I say, I'm not bad on metrics, I actually don't mind metrics and reading them, but most people in this industry actually despise them. But unfortunately, you've got to mix your passion with your business logic, and that's like mixing oil and water. And you're probably better to have 2 hats. Have the passionate hat, keep developing, take it off, put on the logic hat and look at the figures. But somebody, and maybe that's the marriage of the business developer with the mentor, with the developer that does that. So I'm saying to you again, obviously the answers are outside the lab. You've got to get outside the lab at some point, and you've got to check in with the customer, and the sooner the better. You're asking them what they think. And again, in a real way. It's not going to do a survey. We can do a survey once they're out there using, but not about anticipated behaviour, it's actual behaviour. So now we're down into running the numbers, and these are the last 2 things to say, which is around, you know, now we know what the key costs in the business are and where do our revenues come from. And that's linked back up to our customers. So who is going to pay us, and how much is it going to cost us to get those people on side and to pay us? So at some point it has to come down to the money. And this is where that comes into play. And you'll make investment decisions and different decisions on the basis of those 2 metrics at the bottom. So just to finish and say, you're on a journey. At the moment you're only on the bottom step. You've actually no idea where it's going to lead. So all you can do is to try and create some sort of parameters to go up those steps confidently. And what the mentors are trying to do is to walk up those steps with you. And then when you turn the corner, now a whole different vista opens up. And you might make new decisions, and there might be 2 or 3 different paths, and you can take one or the other. But for the moment, you've just got to be really disciplined. Make sure that you do the business side of your product development, or business side of your idea and startup, as well as the development side. So thanks very much, guys, and the best of luck.